Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. Morning for me, as usual. Yep. Big Mr. Harm. I think Wednesday. I'll have a shower today. Is it Wednesday? Yes, it is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Within the Wednesday. We're going within. Okay. Excuse me. No, excuse me. I turned off that fan in case you hear it. Like, of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice, right? I'm the expert on me. So if I can find some stuff out about myself, I talk to myself and my source. Right? I've shared that before. Always talking, entertaining, all my relations and all that. So I'm not just talking to myself. I'm talking to the universe. So what we gonna do today, Brain? Oh, welcome. It's me, Wingish New Bag, Majeki Quay. That sweetgrass water medicine woman, your friendly friggy ass medicine woman. Also Christianna Chris Carr, superstar. Yep, all this beautiful divine being right here. And welcome, you beautiful divine beings, right here too. How goes it with you? Yeah, I'm still swinging. Lots of stuff coming up. You want to be getting settled. You know, sometimes you just can't get settled because there's things settled. Things hanging over my head. Ooh, now I'm chilly. So I'm going to put this on. Excuse me. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Alrighty, okay, so let's just jump right into her today. Okay, overall, we'll see what comes up if we want to chit chat like the law, right? What's the laws? Man's laws, God's laws, universal laws, lots of laws, laws. Builder, right? The laws of building, chaos, the laws of the universe, whatever. Let's get her to it. Let's get to it. Okay, and we call in all of our energies. Well, look at that. Hey, we're talking about the swan and the medicine wheel, getting into your center, the cycles and movements, right? You're trying to fit in with the swans when you're a duck, right? Are you trying to fit in with the ducks when you're a swan? Oh, hey, you know what? Or maybe you're not even a bird. Maybe you're a fish. Maybe you're a platypus. Right? Maybe you're like Perry the platypus. I don't know. Who did Creator make you to be? That's inside you. It's not inside me, right? Talk to an expert on you. Right? We got to talk to ourselves. We want to learn about ourselves. Talk to ourselves. Who knows us best but us? East, we're calling back all of our energies from the east, the path of illumination and clarity, the place of man, the place of passion and fire. And calling back all of our energies from the south, that's the emotions, the place of innocence, the child, place of the waters. And we're calling back all of our energies from the west, that's the introspection, place of earth, the woman, physical. And we call back all of our energies from the north, and that's our wisdom years, the air, the mental. Walk the red road, that's our earth connection, right? We're now born into these bodies, coming in through the east gate though, right? And the sun, south in childhood, battling that earth connection. Hopefully we get that empowerment. Hopefully we're taught in power, not having power over us. And boundaries. Up into those wisdom years, we learn that we need to keep more boundaries because as children, we don't really have any, but we really need them. We need to be taught how to have them. We need to be taught that we deserve them as well. Where the child ends and the adult begins, right? Both, and vice versa, right? Blue Road of Spirit always with us. That's the innocence in us, that we're all innocent little babies here in the grander scheme of things. We're the youngest living creature on this earth. That's the innocence of us beings, and Spirit knows that, right? That's why Spirit won't punish us. We do that to ourselves. East to west with the sacred spirals, well, when we catch on to those spirals, right? Because we're not going in circles, it's spirals, because each time we come to a thing, we're at a different perspective in it. So that's why we check in, talk to ourselves, talk to Spirit, talk to our source. Above, below, and within. Okie dokie. So here we go. Shall we start with the overall today and then move it into the... Is that what we did yesterday? I don't know what we did. I don't know. It just kind of flows through me. So let's start with the... We're in the middle of the week. It's a within Wednesday. Okay, let's do the overall. What we're looking at within, and then how those male and female energies help us balance it. All right? We can say receptive in action. Overall energies, we're thinking, because it's the middle of the week, to balance out the week, to balance out the life. Whatever it is for you, make it personal to you. Check in with your creator too to help you with that. All right. It's you and your source. You're the expert on your life. No other human being is walking in your shoes. Is walking in your life. Is that to live with your choices? Whatever. So we're purifying our thought. We're going into that sweat lodge, and we're clearing out all those things that we picked up, those beliefs that are not ours, that have been imposed on us. We're looking at and purifying what reflection. So we're not projecting. We're learning and purifying who we are, where we begin and end, right? What is that? And tapping into that innocence and purifying that we're not innocent, purifying that we're to blame for anything, and purifying the blaming any others, right? Taking that and cleansing that out and releasing it, returning to the source, because that's what that sweat lodge is. It's like returning to the womb, and that steam in there that is created by placing the cedar water on the grandfathers and grandmothers. That's the rocks that are used in there. That is the creator's breath. So it's like returning to the womb, returning to our source, getting connected with ourselves. We can do that in our own lives. You don't necessarily have to go to an actual sweat lodge, although if you can, if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend participating in at least one. It can be very powerful, and one that is a traditionally led one, not like a fad one. Okay, go to with a traditional person that does them in the traditional ways, and then you get the full teachings, because that's part of it too, is having the teachings that come with that. It's not just the ceremony, it's the teachings about that ceremony, and approaching it with that innocence, returning back to our innocence of who we are. We're all innocent little earthlings on this earth, right? All here for a purpose, all belong here. So it's tapping into that innocence, right? We are innocents. Whatever happened to us was not our fault, but it is our responsibility to, right, mend that, to heal that, to protect our inner child now, right? That's our responsibility. Nobody else's. That's ours. That's our inner child. Nobody's walking it. We need to keep it protected. And so we're reflecting on that. The animal's coming out first in that one. And this one wants to be with that one. So, not the animal. We'll see. We'll see after. Medicine wheel. There we go. We're seeing those cycles in those movements. So we're purifying. We're seeing which ones helped us, which ones hurt us. We're connecting with our own source inside. And where is it that I can take this action to stop these cycles or create more movement because we're feeling stuck? How can I unlock the unlimited potential that resides within me, that Creator put there in each one of us? But only you can unlock that in you. You know, we can go to others for like little boosts or whatever. It's up to us to connect with that, to break those cycles, to see which ones we have repeated, and not in a blame, not in a shame, but to see what was this teaching us, and how could this help us to unlock the potential miracle of who we be, right? The void contains everything that was, is, and ever will be, is in the void. And the message from the void: you're about to meet your potential destiny. Woohoo! Unlimited potential miracle. Key to your own creative abilities. So it's tapping in and seeing those cycles, and then that movement. Where have you created movement in your life? Where have you stopped cycles already? And what's coming up now for the cycles that need to be broken now? Or which ones is working? Eh? Are you following your source inside? Do you believe in the unlimited potential that you have? Okay, let me see. Pull these back again. Put them on the corner here. Ow. There's my water. Okay, fine. You fall over. They get so fussy. That's okay. It's my prerogative. Anyway, so we have these up here. Building my house of cards again. And so now the male energy, that action that we can take to help us tap into that unlimited potential, to return to our innocence and to purify, to cleanse out what is not us, and then we're left with what we are. Okay, so the male energy. Oh, you're coming with me. Okay, this is the action. That's the reflection. This is the action. That talking stick. Right, and sharing. Oh, sometimes, right, it's talking to others about, hey, what was I like when I was a child? Some of us don't have all those memories to connect with that inner child inside. But we will also be able to know when somebody is telling us the truth of what happened and, you know, they're not, or trying to change that for themselves. So we don't need to scrutinize everybody. And we don't need to, right, the options and viewpoints. We don't need to hear everybody's, because we don't need to see everybody's. So, right, are we chewing every little thing to bit? Are we going, well, I'm not here yet, I didn't do that? Are we punishing ourselves? Because remember, we're purifying. We're looking at those cycles. Did we repeat a cycle? And instead of feeling ashamed of that, right, we can say, well, I didn't know any more options. This was what I learned. But as we know more, right, then our options open up, because sometimes we're limited by what was shown to us, right? And sometimes everything we did was scrutinized and picked to pieces, that we stopped being ourselves, because maybe we ourselves were chewed to bits, right? Everything, a little thing that we did, every look that we had, that might have happened to you. That might have been the action taken on you. So what's the action you can do? Don't do that to yourself. Right? Just look at everybody. We're not responsible for the reputations or the versions that people create of us in their heads. Right? We don't have to accept that for ourselves. You know, that the reality of them, that us and their whatever that is. Okay, so let's not get carried away and chew ourselves to bits and pick apart every little thing in our personality or every little thing in our lives. What's it here to teach us? Return to that innocence and see everybody else in there as innocence. Innocent too, right? We're all innocent little babies, just learning how to get along here on this earth, right? Whoops. And there's lots that will have us fighting. Again, right? We are more easily controlled if we live in fear, if we're fighting. Okay, so those that seek to control, that's what they do. They scrutinize and chew apart every little thing, right? Let's scrutinize and chew apart every little thing so you can't see what I'm doing. So those are the distractions. You know, do you distract yourself in your life and change your focus so you're not doing what you know you should be doing? Right? Or you continue in the same cycle and not switching it? Maybe those things that you did for survival are holding you back now. Maybe your boundaries are keeping you locked in. So you need to look at that for yourself. And we're innocent. Yeah, we want to protect ourselves. Yes, we do. We want to protect our children. Yes, it's true. You know, not much we can do except for to teach them themselves. And that's what we need to do. Our children are innocent. They're learning from us. So they need to see other ways too. If we've got these family systems and the abuse keeps, and we're trying to change that ourselves, you know, we have to give our children the opportunity to see other ways, right? So that way they'll get other ideas and they can manifest those needs in other ways. Because if they're not shown any other ways, this is just the way it's always been, right? And they don't scrutinize and go, well, why is it this way? You know, they don't just accept it without chewing it to bits. No, we need to look at that, right? Look at those records and why have we done it this way? Whew. Morning Star is your record. We're tapping into the source that has the record of what you have gone through, your personal record. What is it to teach you? We all have that connection to our source ourselves. We don't need no middleman. And connecting to that can help us manifest our ideas and needs. And actually get down to the true, actual needs. Do we need it, or is this just a want or desire? It's something that's actually going to benefit our life. I just saw a thing of Guardian and then the Rebirth card flipped there. So we'll get these all lined up the same as the others. And we'll throw one of them on. Love. Whoops. Except for these ones to let you know. Expansion of knowledge. That's the above cards, right? Below and within. Okay, and then overcoming the fear, the 9 of arrows. Push this down a little bit more. There we go. We have the grandmothers, so these were they just jumped out. They want you to be listening to that. Apprentice of Stones, the expansion of the knowledge. We're expanding our knowledge that we are all connected. We got to overcome that doubt and fear. That, oh no, we're going to die. Because, yeah, we know what? Yeah, let's not fear death. It is going to happen. Let's embrace that, right? And live that life now to the fullest. Because we don't know what's going to happen when we're gone. So do we want to spend this life living in fear, not knowing what's happening? You know? So we're going to go to that main point, the sweat lodge and purification, the innocence. The innocence, what is that? Oh, 2 came out with that. Openness, that's the seed, openness to the flow, and these are 2 major arcana. So this is the spirit. Spirit is with us going through all of that. The grandmother's down here, right? Intuition, infinity within. The grandmothers overcome the doubt and fear, expansion of knowledge, right? Taking command for the good of all. The form and the order comes out of that chaos, right? The seeds, you don't know what seeds are going to grow, but you're going to plant them anyway, and we'll see what comes. The seed being carried by the wind, openness to flow, and that's what we all need to get into. So taking command, right, for that innocent child within us all, right, and purifying and letting that little know nothing is your fault, what you went through. Yeah, we need to heal it now. Yes, that's true. But it wasn't your fault, what you went through. Okay, we need to let that go. Not scrutinize and chew ourselves to bits. But this happened to us. Okay. And not devalidating it by going, well, so many went through so much worse. Yes, we can keep that in mind and be grateful. Be grateful that, hey, right, it wasn't, this one went through so much worse, it was blah, 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 whatever that is, but don't devalidate your little in there. Okay. What are you learning from it? What's it here to teach you? Okay, stop messing around with them. Let's just move on. And with the female side, so we're reflecting on those cycles. So that's it right there. The peacemaker, mediation. Look at these major arcanas. The major arcana is a spirit in our life. The minor arcana is our day-to-day lessons. These are major life lessons that we're all going through. Right? This is the Hierophant in the regular tarot deck, the peacemaker interfacing with the world. So that's what we need to bring out, our inner warrior of peace, and show in a peaceful way. See, it's open hands. I'm not hiding anything. I'm sharing my energy with everybody. I'm sharing my knowledge with everybody. There's no secrets being kept. You know, it's in the highest and best interest of all. So we're calling all those rainbow warriors of peace. It's the time to stand, not fight. The time to stand and be a mediator. Peaceful. Finding those peaceful ways to break those cycles, to create new cycles. Not just complain about the broken ones. We need to create the new ones. And where's the actions we can take on that to clarify our mouse and talking stick over here? The actions we can take on that creator. Noticing the needs, right? And we have spiritual kinship, the 3 of bowls. This is celebration. So we can celebrate when we notice the needs. And then we can offer our love. We can make that offering. Once we notice that needs, we can make that offering of love and to the source, right? And giving back to that source that has sustained us, and in that life of gratitude. And then we get that, the spiritual kinship. We have that offering of love, and then we find that spiritual kinship, our spiritual family. We notice the needs, right? Because over here, as we were talking about with the mouse, we might not have been shown any other options. So once we find that we need to, find another way, right? We notice those needs. I can fit that need as the action that elk does that too. The antelope takes, is it? Antelope, gazelle. I can't remember the animal for the action, but seeing that need, right? I can do this, right? I see a need. The world needs more music. I'm good at making music. I can add that in there. I'm such a great cook. I can add into that. I'm really good at speaking. I can, bring that out. Noticing, oh, this is a cycle that needs to be broken. I'm not going to stand out and go, look at this cycle needs to be broken, and then keep focused on that. But how am I going to change it? So noticing those needs. Needs need to be changed. Needs that need to be changed? What? Policies and stuff that need to be changed. I just shared something on there too. Some new laws coming in. Look it up. It was Charmaine Loverin. The Loverin law. Children need to be taught about abuse early. Right? So then we can notice. We can notice if somebody's abusing us. Noticing our needs and if they're being met. And noticing, are we trying to take it from somebody else? Are we taking more than we need and leaving out somebody else to suffer? Because, hey, we just want to absorb all that knowledge. We want all that food. It's about having more, right? But we need to be happy with what we got and notice the needs of others. If I got something that I can share with you, I most definitely will, right? But it's not at where we're sacrificing our own needs. No, because there is enough for everyone. Ooh, no exemptions. There really is. So, do you share out what you have? Do you give back and pay forward? Are you grateful what you got? Or are you afraid that there isn't enough to go around? So you keep yourself constricted. We've got to hang on to this tight. We've got to really scrutinize. We really got to be really tight and stingy, or whatever that is for you. Look at it. What cycles are you breaking? What's going on in your life? Because there's major lessons going on for us all. How is that showing up in your life? Right, those points to ponder. That is awesome. That's a great reading. So remember, it's time for celebration. Let's celebrate. Be grateful for what we got in our lives, right? And we're filled up from spirit, and then we're able to offer it out. That's the thing, right? We get filled from spirit, and we're able to offer it out, right? See, the feminine energy is receiving. The masculine energy is that giving, putting it out. Right? Well, look at flocks, male receiving ends. The parts tell us all. See, the bodies, and even, right? Spirit gives us hints just in the way we're created. Those vegetables, those plant lives that will help, they're actually shaped like the organs and things and parts of our bodies that they would help. So there's lots to let us know that we can find those inside of ourselves. Anyway, rambling on and on. Love yous. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do, because you know it. This world really needs you. So be you and put it all out there, my friends. Oh, I love you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here with you. I am so glad you're here. Like, seriously. Yeah, keep being you. Love it.